Welcome to Trivial Debates. Happy Halloween special. This is Ultimate Pop Culture Challenge. We have some awesome debates this week. We have Gerry and Jeff and Chris here debating, and Dave helping me out. Some technical difficulties today, so you might notice some changes to this week's program, but I hope you enjoy. All right, so first we have Gerry. Say hello, Gerry.
Hello.
Gerry McRae.
That's all you get from me.
All right, our second contestant is Chris.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Chris. How are you doing today?
Good. Looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to my first win.
All right. And our last but not least is, you may know, we've got Jeff. Wow. Jeff, you're looking a little bit different today.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't shave?
Your hair just looks a little fluffier.
Yeah, you gotta run a comb through that, bud.
Nah. It's good the way it is.
All right.
She's dressed up for Halloween.
Yep.
Right.
Of course.
All right. How the show works. There are 6 rounds plus a speed round. There are top 2 pairs. The categories are movies, television, music, sports, history, and wild card. We want people to be passionate and personally not mean to each other. Oh, no. Okay, we want people to be passionate and personally mean to one another. Oh, okay. Well, it is Halloween, so why not? Keep in mind, you can also skip to a new debate by looking at the time indexes in the description and going to the battles that you are interested in most. Subscribe to our iTunes feed.
We're not on iTunes.
We're not on iTunes anymore. Never mind.
Spotify.
Spotify. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter.
We're not on Twitter and Instagram.
Who knows? That's where we are, but we're here today. Grace to God. Okay.
That's good. Uh-oh. All right.
Okay. So let's get this started.
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. Okay, so who goes first?
Whoever you want to.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that Muppet Jeff is going first for this question.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, what is the scariest horror movie genre?
You can't see Jeff.
Ooh. Okay. I picked psychological horror. So that includes movies like Silence of the Lambs or movies that make you like psychologically disturbed, like Friday the 13th, or there's lots of them. I swear. But really why they're the spookiest is because they make you think. They get right into your head. They're not just like slashers or the classic like just jump scare horror movie. You want to think. You want it deep down in your head if you want it to be spooky.
All right.
I got like 2 minutes. How long do I got here?
All right. I didn't even set up a timer, did I?
Oh, slacking here.
I'm not set up for this.
Not set up. He's not set up.
I'm not set up for
think
this.
about what Hannibal Lecter made you feel. That's my answer.
That's it. It's the Hannibal Lecter feel of movies.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Yeah. Hello, Clarice.
Okay.
Is Chris back? Where is he?
Where did Chris go?
Movie.
Why did I
We
go
don't
to
know.
I'm number 3?
All right.
Oh, yeah. I'm just switch it up. All right. Now, Jerry, I'm gonna ask you the same question. What is the scariest horror movie genre?
Well, not gonna lie, I did also want to say psychological, but Jeff got his answers in before me because he's a jerk. So I went with thriller horror movies. And I say this, and it includes similar movies to what Jeff was saying, but I'm going to focus in on misery and things like that. And I think that horror movies based in reality more are scarier than slasher movies or classic horror movies that have some sort of supernatural. I find anything with a supernatural element scary because I cannot relate to the scenario. So when you have Michael Myers, who can seemingly be never killed, never taken down, Freddy Krueger who's in your dreams, and all these things take me out of the fear element because it couldn't happen to me. So why would it scare me? And I feel like thrillers are often based more in reality than a lot of other horror movie genres.
All right.
Thank you, Jerry. Now we've got Chris Seymour back.
Of course.
All
I
right.
never left.
You never left? Okay, cool. All right, Chris, what's your answer?
You know what? Jerry made some good points. You want a good horror movie that you can relate to. And that's why I chose the genre of body horror. And what these movies include is movies like Tusk, where like Justin Long's character in that movie, he was physically transformed into a walrus. Because you can put yourself in that situation and think, wow, if I was in that situation, this would suck. Other movies that fall basically, and then his body starts to decompose and he starts getting thinner. So the body horror is something
Wow, we've got some horrors going on here today. That's for sure. I think we have some gremlins, little demons came to visit us today.
He dropped in the middle of being solo, so it's.
I'm back.
You're back?
Yeah, I'm not sure why I got disconnected there. But you know what? It happened. Are you going to put me on the screen?
You broke it for me, So
I still have to continue my rant. Like there's these types of movies are like. Let's say there's any movies where someone gets an infectious disease and it spreads to other people. You can really relate to this because you're watching these movies and thinking, wow, I totally don't want that to happen to me. So in my mind, these movies are relatable. They're the most scariest horror movies out there. So body horror has to be the scariest movie genre.
All right, thanks.
All right, rebuttal. 4 minutes.
Okay, so now it is rebuttal time and we have 4 minutes.
Well, Jeff's movies, psychological thrillers, well, they're decent movies. They're fun to watch. They kind of screw up with your mind, but they're not really scary movies. I don't watch psychological thriller and get scared. I don't feel like I don't feel the need to grab Kristen and hold her tight because I'm going to be scared. No, not at all.
I disagree with that. I emphatically disagree. If you're not scared by Hannibal Lecter, then I don't know what you have a pulse.
Well, I'm not scared by him because he's got a mask on. He's got like he's not going to hurt me, and that's not something that could happen in real life. Like the body horror movies, those could happen to you in real life. That's something that could happen to you, and it would be terrifying and it's horrible.
Have you ever heard of Jeffrey Dahmer? He's real life. He ate people, just like Hannibal.
He ate people. I think he also, yeah. But that's cannibalism. That's not a
Hannibal the cannibal.
Hannibal is a cannibal. Yes. And
body horror.
Okay, here's the deal. Psychologically, that's, if you screw your mind up, you're done. I don't care about you turn me into a walrus, whatever, you're a walrus. But,
no, but that's horrible. That would cause excruciating pain, and I could relate to being there. I can't.
I don't really relate to
Whatever,
turning
you're
into a
walrus.
walrus.
It could happen.
I can relate to the
That
story.
movie Tusk was based on actual facts. It says so It says so in the opening credits.
Chris, I have a question. Have you seen Human Centipede?
Yes, I have, and that's why I mentioned that movie in my rant. And
Oh,
people-
sorry, it's cut out. Okay, I missed
I
that.
did. I'm sorry if that got cut out. But that is definitely a body horror movie where these people are sewn together, ass to mouth. It's completely disgusting, and it gives me the feeling like I don't want this to happen to me. So I get scared by that movie, and I was really scared in Human Centipedes.
Okay, you're not scared by Human Centipede.
I was scared.
Come on,
Oh yeah, I was scared.
Jerry. Were you scared by Human
No,
Centipede?
No, I want to key into a word that you used. You said disgusted. And that's my problem with body horror movies. I don't find them scary. They're just gross.
Yeah.
They lack storyline. They lack any sort of character development or anything that actually makes you feel right. It's just like, look how much blood we can make pour out of this, or look at the gross thing we turn this guy into. So yeah, you're disgusted, and you that was disgusting. But I never really feel fear.
What do you mean no character development? Like Justin Long in Tusk was a podcaster. What are we doing right now? He's just like one of us. It could have been any of us.
You're marking up the wrong thing in that example because I feel like Tusk might be one of the worst movies ever made.
Well,
Not even just horror. Across all genres. I really did not enjoy that movie.
Well, that's
You were offended by the premise.
not all movies have to be enjoyable to be scary.
In general.
Like, okay, what do you guys ever seen the movie The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
That to me is a psychological horror movie.
See, I find that like a thriller though too, because it's quick, it doesn't stop, it doesn't give you any time to think.
Yeah, but it's like graphically gross. Like Hostel is also a psychological horror movie.
I would actually put Hostel in the body horror category as these humans are being sold to be like these rich men pay money to torture people. They get hit by blowtorches, so their bodies are physically mutilated. You're right. That's a horrible movie.
You didn't even
But
bring
it's
up
just
like,
kind of gross. It's
Werewolves
not
would
scary.
be a body horror movie, and Wolves were like the original start of the body transformation horror movies, right?
All right, I have my decision. I think this is a very subjective thing. What's the best? It's the scariest, but I'm going to go with Chris Seymour for the passion argument. It just felt like this is what we were talking more of a feel of what body horror is all about. And yeah, I'm won over.
Thanks, Jane.
Chris. All right. Ding, 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 ding. What is the best Halloween song to get people in the mood to be all night long? All right, so we're going to go with Jerry first.
So I chose This Is Halloween, either the movie original or the Marilyn Manson version. Both very good choices. I think that it's a somewhat iconic song. Like everyone knows The Night Before Christmas. It's very catchy. And when you have the Marilyn Manson cover version of it, it's very creepy, Halloween-esque, and it adds a level of technicality that I think the musical technicality that the movie version doesn't have. It's more cheerful and fun. and this one's more for someone who actually enjoys music and playing music. You could say, oh, that's a good song to play. And again, everyone knows it. They would instantly recognize it when it came on and enjoy it. And it's not as cornball as some of like Monster Mash and things like that are more cliche and played out. And it is more centered on the theme of Halloween. Like other songs such as, say, like Thriller by Michael Jackson, where when you take away the music video, it's barely even a Halloween song. Just the name. It's a Halloween song like Die Hard Christmas music. So you can make an argument, but if I have to qualify, well, you can make an argument that is something, that it probably isn't that.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay, so let's Chris. So what
Well,
do you have?
thank you, Jerry, for mentioning my song. The most iconic Halloween song that gets people in the mood to boogie is definitely Thriller by Michael Jackson. I mean, Jerry, your song, like Marilyn Manson, does not get people in the mood to boogie all night long. Michael Jackson Thriller definitely does. Got a great music video. He's got dancing zombies. Everybody knows the Thriller dance where you put your hands up. And it's just a song that will get you to boogie all night long. And it's the best song like to start the night off with, which was, I think, Jane's original question. What do you start the night off with? You start it with that because this is going to be a thriller night. And Michael Jackson, just the bass line is kind of spooky in that movie. Parts of that song are narrated by Vincent Price, a very renowned Hollywood actor, older guy, and he was in a lot of scary movies back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I think he even worked up into the 90s, but like his voice was scary in that song. It's a song that makes people want to dance. In the movie, even 13 going on 30, you know, they're at this banquet, and the character played by Jennifer Garner, she puts on Thriller and starts dancing, and it's just amazing how it gets everyone boogieing.
All right, hands up. Thank you. Okay, we got Jeff Mader is a little anxious with his leaving. Jeff, let's hear it.
So this is the music question? Or, okay. I
This is the
went
music.
TV.
with
Oh.
everybody. Rock your body. Yeah, yeah.
I'm a little confused here. Is this the music
Back.
question?
All right.
Did I copy the wrong TV question?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the music round, guys.
This is the music round. Okay. All right. Much to what Chris was saying, you want to start us a party off right. You need something. Everybody is bumping for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, you know, and that gets people going. It's a quick little song, everybody knows it, and it's Halloween, you know, everyone get the mask going. It's a Halloween party themed music video. I mean, come on. That's I mean, it's an iconic 90s song. The 80s were over a long time ago. I mean, give it up, Chris. I mean, and as for Marilyn Manson, yeah, no. And Nightmare Before Christmas is just as much of a Christmas movie as it is a Halloween movie. So I think it should be disqualified for that.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
All right. Okay, so we're gonna go with the rebuttal now. How about it?
I
Well,
would argue that both of your songs are not Halloween songs without the music video. So if you're having a party, how many people are huddled around the television to watch the music video from the song? So they're barely even Halloween songs. This is Halloween. It's in the This is Halloween. That's the song. It's a creepy beat. It kind of like, I just think that your songs, both of them, are quasi Halloween songs. Without the music video, they're just songs.
You know what though? Everybody knows the dance to Thriller. It's gonna start the night off
Doesn't matter.
boogieing,
You want
and
the
and
best
everyone can
Halloween.
have the music
Get
video
people in the mood.
um
Nobody's
in
the
their
mood.
head.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Nobody's dancing to that.
Nobody's dancing to
And
that
as
at all.
for Thriller, I already mentioned half the song is just a guy talking. So,
Yeah, it's Vincent Price from horror movies.
He's just Kristen now.
So you guys have the boogie part maybe down better than I do, but you don't have the Halloween aspect.
What are you talking about? Everyone is dressed up in that
The
video.
song that had a
You
beat.
might be right about that.
It took half the question. Backstreet's Back is not a Halloween song.
It is
How
not.
dare you,
It's
sir?
just not.
How dare
Like, I'll accept Thriller as a Halloween song before I accept the Backstreet Boys. Come on. Like that, this is craziness.
Jeff, the only people that like your song are teenage girls in the 90s.
And even them,
Listen, I'm not.
they didn't really like the song. They just like the Backstreet Boys.
That's true.
No, we liked the song, we liked the video, and we liked, knowing we were better than NSYNC fans. Yeah.
Well, that's a low bar. That's a very low bar to step over, Jeff.
How dare you, sir? All I know is it's everybody gets going for that song. When they made This Is the End at the end of the movie, they did everybody Backstreet's Back. They didn't do Thriller.
That doesn't.
Thriller's been in a lot of other movies. It's probably been in more movies than Backstreet's
Nobody
Back.
wants to listen to a song from a movie that like nobody watches. You have to really get in the mood to watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
But it's Halloween. Your songs, both of them,
I
are
know.
not Halloween
They
related
are.
enough for me to consider them a Halloween song.
They don't need to.
I can listen to Thriller any time of year, and it's a good song. You don't listen to Christmas music in July because it's Christmas music. You wouldn't listen to Halloween. This is Halloween any other day of the year except on Halloween.
I disagree. I would probably
That makes
listen to
Halloween
Marilyn
song.
Manson.
I would. Christmas.
I would listen to Michael Jackson, but
because it's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
And I feel like your opinions of the music of Marilyn Manson is tainting your opinion of the song. Rather than look at it as a Halloween song, you're saying, I don't like Marilyn Manson, so I don't like that song.
No,
I'm not
just
saying that.
I'm
I
not
do like
dancing
Marilyn
to it
Manson,
to get
and I would
everybody
rather listen to that song than
moved to
Michael
boogie.
Jackson any day, but
And where's Chris?
it's not a song to boogie to.
So, but it
Where's
is
Chris?
a Halloween song, unlike Thriller and unlike Backstreet's Back or nonsense Jeff has already.
Thriller is 100% a Halloween song.
Everybody.
Everyone
The
dresses up in
Halloween music
costume
video.
when they dance to that song.
Grab somebody.
There's zombies in the
Backstreet's
video.
Back, all right. You know. It's a Halloween. It is a Halloween song.
Okay, this is a tough one. I think I'm going with who made the argument just for more rounded song. Like, we need the boogie. I think two of you have the boogie, and two of the Halloween, but only one song has both, and that is Thriller.
All right, so to Kristen
He
here.
wasn't even arguing.
All right, congratulations.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get shut out here.
All right, you and Jeff. All right.
I feel like I made some pretty good arguments. I'm just like,
This is my best
Ooh,
start
He
ever.
did. You know, I loved how he had two songs, and I didn't get the boogie. Like,
fair enough.
the boogie. Yeah. I love two different songs, and it's very Halloween related. It was tough. It's very
It is tough.
And I hear
It's been
Backstreet's Back, and that is very danceable, but it's tough. Okay. Next question. TV. What is the best TV Halloween special for adults? I can't recall who.
Gee, that's you too.
Let's go with Chris.
Okay. Let me explain my choice after I tell you what it is. I chose CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. The reason I chose this TV
I can't
special.
hear him if he's talking. I don't know.
Hello? I can hear you guys in the background.
Apparently Jeff can't hear you.
Okay.
Jeff, you can't hear Chris?
No?
Okay. Anyways, The reason I chose CSI is because there is a Halloween episode. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino, and what happens in this episode is that Nick Stokes gets kidnapped, and he is buried alive. He's put in a coffin. He is buried underground, and the other team members find this package, and in the package they have a link to a website, and Nick wakes up in the coffin. He realizes he's in a coffin and he's buried alive, and he's smashing his way trying to get out. And the rest of the team is actually online. They're on a website. They're watching him on a webcam and all this misery he's going through. It was a 2-part episode. Like I said, directed by Quentin Tarantino. So it was written by him as well. It was just an amazing episode, and it showed the struggle of a man stuck in this coffin. And it was since it was a 2-hour episode, I think he was trapped in there for about a 12-hour period. If you haven't seen the episode, I don't want to give you the ending. I don't want to tell you how they found him. But it started out to be about ransom money. They wanted $1 million to tell you where he was. And even when they handed over the $1 million to the kidnapper, it seemed it wasn't even about money, because that kidnapper blew himself up. He just exploded with all the money. It seemed like kind of a waste, but that's what Quentin Tarantino does, right? He's crazy like that.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris. CSI. I actually do remember that episode.
Yes, good.
It must have been the first one of the early seasons. Yeah,
it was in 2005 that happened. It was a scary episode.
Yes, I remember it. Okay, so super.
Okay. I picked The Simpsons, season 6, episode 6, Treehouse of Horror, number 5. Yes, number 5. Okay, so this is the one where they parody The Shining. They call it The Shinning, and it's a lot of fun. No beer and no, make Homer go crazy. And he goes nuts, and then they end up freezing by the end of that one. But anyway, Halloween. The Simpsons do Halloween the best. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's they do it every year. They're always fun to watch, especially this one. I picked number 5 because they also do this time travel one where Homer has a toaster oven, and he's kind of going about throughout history and doing the butterfly effect and changing things, and just hilarity ensues. And it's just a fantastic Halloween time travel concept for Treehouse. It really allowed them to do whatever they wanted on the show with the Treehouse. And with the Halloween specials. And then they do a one where Principal Skinner is eating all the kids at school. So it's kind of like a Hansel and Gretel, situation. So that's a lot of fun. But The Simpsons really, really do a great job with Treehouse of Horror. And I picked number 5 because it's my favorite one. It's the best.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, Gerry.
All right, so I chose The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. And I feel like it checks all the boxes for a great Halloween special. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, it's not really for adults. And I would argue is time. Yes, we all watched it when we were kids, but I'll watch any Charlie Brown special still. Snoopy is my favorite cartoon character, and I don't care. He's great. He's hilarious. And Halloween special, it has everything. New aspect of Halloween with the Great Pumpkin waiting in the pumpkin patch for a different Halloween character that no one's ever, an original Halloween character. They all have a party. They get together. They go trick-or-treating. There's costumes. It's very Halloween-centric, and it's wholesome, and it just has a level of nostalgia that I think everyone at a party or in a room watching The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown could relate to each other's and feel a oneness, a community. Yep, we all watch this. This is a shared experience and we all enjoy it.
All right, thank you. Okay, next time for the people. Got it.
I think the CSI episode, I recall seeing it. I if I'm remembering correctly, and like so every time they click the light, it sort of it cuts off his oxygen or something.
Well, what happened is there was a fan in the coffin. So whenever they went on the website, it turned the light on, and then the fans would go off that were giving him oxygen. So what he actually ended up doing was he had a gun with him, and the gun was put there actually so he would kill himself. But Nick was a smart dude, so what he did is he took the gun and he shot the light.
Shot the light.
He shot the light,
the
and
thing.
then he had glow sticks. He had glow sticks that he burst open so he could see.
This could just be a regular episode. Mentions Halloween. Does the episode even take place in October?
Yes, it does. It has to. It was.
Does it? Because we're discussing the episode and we've never mentioned Halloween. We've mentioned a crazy plot to a cool episode of CSI.
No, it was a Halloween special done by Quentin Tarantino specifically. And you know what? The keyword here that I have is for adults. Both of you guys chose cartoons.
Yeah, The Simpsons isn't for kids. There's no, you're not 7 years old watching The Simpsons.
You know what? I wasn't, because when I was 7, The Simpsons wasn't out yet. But when I was 13, The Simpsons came out, and I started watching it.
Show me where it says I have to be a certain age to watch a cartoon. I bet it's timeless. It's nostalgic. Everyone loves the feeling of nostalgia.
Yeah, here's the thing. Charlie Brown kind of sucks. I mean, it's not my favorite. They're good at Christmas, but they're not known for their Halloween. That's just my opinion anyway. Here, guys. When it comes to The Simpsons, yeah, like it is for adults. I mean, kids can watch it, I guess, but I mean, come on, like the humor is definitely directed toward adults.
Well, no. At the beginning of most of the Treehouse of Horror episodes, you get a warning from Marge Simpson. Ooh, put your kids to bed because
that's
this is a scary one.
Yes,
but,
it is a scary one. They kill people, and Ned Flanders becomes a tyrannical, like guy, and Seymour Skinner's eating kids. I don't know how that's for kids.
I'm not.
It's definitely for teenagers at the least.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't argue against The Simpsons. I can't. That's what I wanted to pick. Jeff took it. I'm finding it very difficult, but I would argue that
you know what, my show made you feel emotion. It made you feel for Nick. It made you want him to get out. It made
Nobody
you
felt
scared.
for Nick.
It made you scared. It made you in the Halloween mood.
Okay.
To me, something to be a Halloween special, you have to want to watch it every year. Halloween. I've never in my life heard someone think, you know what I'm going to watch? Halloween? CSI.
Right. I just watched Treehouse of Horror 5 from 1994.
CSI in general.
I think after we're done this show, I'm gonna look up that episode and try to find it and stream it from somewhere because I really want to see it. It's Halloween.
Just to prove you wrong.
I don't know, guys. I mean, The Simpsons, all-time classic, best of the Halloween. The CSI, come on, CSI. Nobody watches CSI.
It's not on anymore, but it had an amazing Halloween episode with an amazing director.
But does having a Halloween episode make it a Halloween special?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah, this is a tough one. Well, between two. Chris, sorry, you're out. It's a good episode, but it's not a Halloween special. Oh, my man. Okay. Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff. Yep.
Yeah. I felt like a hypocrite arguing.
Yeah, I love Charlie Brown, but it's not scary. I like scary. Halloween to me is scary. Now
it's kind of not fair because I chose The Simpsons too first.
Or parodies Charlie Brown, Great Pumpkin, making it the original Halloween special. Damn.
Oh. Okay.
How did I only do that now? The pressure was on, my brain melted.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. Sports. Which sports team logo / uniform would make this Halloween costume? And I'm in the context of my husband Dave wearing it next year for our Halloween party. Oh, let's start off with Chris.
Again? I went first last time. But I'll do it again.
Okay, so I apologize. No, okay, let's put Gerry on the spot.
Well played. I'm going to go with the classic Oakland Raiders. And I feel like just their fan base is terrifying. Their colors are like black and gray. Their old logo is kind of like a pop guy with an eye, which is very Halloween. And a large portion of their fan base would dress up in kind of Road Warrior type costumes that it's already been proven went very well with the colors, with the logo, and quite terrifying. You look at a group of crazy Oakland Raiders fans from back in the day, I mean, that's menacing. I don't care what anyone says. To the point, they had a section called the Black Hole where the people were dressed like that, and if you weren't dressed like that, you were not allowed to sit there because it would be dangerous for you and anyone else that you were with that didn't have a fan. If that's not terrifying as a sports logo, as a fan or as a player, that just makes you feel smaller, there's no other logo that inspires to fear. I don't.
All right. All right.
Push the button.
Oh, it's over to me.
It's over to Jeff. Yep.
Okay. I picked the Toronto Raptors. I picked the Raptor. You got to dress like a dinosaur. I need full teeth. I need you to paint yourself entirely red and wear only a basketball uniform. And that's it. That's scary. I don't know. I can't think of anything scarier. I don't know. There's really nothing else to say. I mean, maybe wear some contact lenses that make you look like a lizard. As for the Oakland Raiders, I mean, come on, you just got to wear an eye patch and like a rugby helmet, and you'd be good to go. A lot more effort for the Raptor, and it's scary.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Okay, Chris.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I went with the Philadelphia Flyers. I think for obvious reasons. First of all, their costume is orange and black. It's Halloweeny. It's already scary because it's the Halloween colors. You could put on a Phillies uniform and imagine putting on, I would love to see Dave do this, a big, fat, gritty head.
Gritty sucks. He's not as cool as me.
Gritty does suck.
And Gritty is not a logo, uniform, or name. So he should be disqualified immediately.
I know what you call it.
Okay, I want to see Dave come out there with the gritty head on. You know what? That mascot can scare little kids. He scares me. When he first came out, I was like, what the hell are you doing, Philadelphia? This is going to be too scary. You can't do this to all the kids, all the fans. But they did it anyways. They didn't care. Orange and black, big gritty head, Dave with big googly eyes, big orange head, hairy head. I think Dave would be scary as hell, and it's gonna be awesome.
Okay,
right.
thanks, Chris. Cool. Okay, so that was let's hear you guys debate this.
Okay. Gritty is not a team logo, uniform, or name. Plus, he's my cousin, and he's a bit of a dick.
But he is scary, and you can only wear the gritty head when you wear a Philadelphia Phillies uniform. You can't wear a Raptors uniform with a gritty head. And also, dressing up as a dinosaur is lame. What is this? I don't care about dinosaurs anymore. No, the Raptors were only named because of Jurassic Park. We don't care about
That's
dinosaurs
basically
anymore.
disqualification in
The
itself.
Oakland Raiders. Come on, like who wants to dress up like what?
Chris,
You're just gonna dress up as a pirate. You might as well.
The Oakland Raiders have a tradition of people dressing up in costume to go to games. It's terrifying. Their
People
fans are
dress
big
up
and
at
imposing.
every-
You go to Oakland and start dressing the Raiders uniform, and let's see how willing you are to talk to those people about that.
Go to Green
They're
Bay. They wear
terrifying.
G's on their heads. So what?
Okay, well-
Costumes at sporting events are not a new thing.
Okay, here's the deal.
People write on their bellies. People write on their bellies and show their guts and
Right. All right, Chris,
Yeah,
you
but these costumes are designed to inspire fear, to be menacing, which is part of the question. And I have to reiterate Jeff's point. You chose Gritty, who is not a team or a logo, and you referred to the Flyers as the Phillies 3 times. So that should be grounds for disqualification.
Hey, what about you, Jerry? Oakland Raiders don't
question.
exist
You
anymore.
don't know who you're talking about.
The Las Vegas Raiders are the team now. So
But that's why I said the classic Oakland Raiders. It didn't say it had to be current. It just said a sports logo. Oakland Raiders were a team, had a logo, official product.
Okay. All right, I can allow that. But I mean, who would? All right, if Dave was actually dressed up like a dinosaur, I don't not like for real. He didn't buy a costume. It's all makeup. I mean, come on.
Dave doesn't look like a dinosaur. How could you put makeup on him and make him look like a dinosaur?
You make it work.
Dude with red makeup on.
You don't want to be Gritty, Dave, and you don't want to be Eye Patch Guy because everybody's gonna be like, "Well, you're just a pirate."
And then if
Gritty
you
Dave
get
would be awesome.
one of
Googly
those stupid inflatable dinosaur costumes, those things are ridiculous, not scary, and completely unpractical.
Do you want my
People run
opinion?
marathons. People actually run marathons with dinosaur costumes on. They do it.
That's scary.
It doesn't make them good, and you're supporting Jeff's argument. What's the matter with you?
Just to help.
I'm not supporting it. I'm saying that it's not really a costume. It's something people do all year round.
She's not a sports fan.
All right.
So just to clarify, like the Jerry does have a point in the sense that Gritty, who is the mascot of the Philadelphia Flyers, is not neither a logo nor a uniform nor a name.
But as a non-sports person, I know that one mascot.
Right. Okay. Well, just to give you the facts, but he's scary. Like, I guess, do you think a pirate is scary or a
Looks
raider?
like Jeff's.
And I think he's frozen, but can't. And then dinosaurs can be scary, but the raptor.
Dinosaurs are very scary.
Yeah, like in Jurassic Park they are, but in the Raptors logo, it's like it's a cuddly plushy dinosaur, isn't he?
Yeah, like in Barney, dinosaurs are not scary.
I'm talking about the real dinosaur. Like a real raptor.
But that's not the logo for the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, it is. It's just that guy painted red.
Playing basketball.
All right.
Their logo now is a claw going through a ball.
Yeah, the logo now is whatever.
It's just a claw shaped like a ball now. That's not scary.
They're the
All right,
Raptors.
I'm
Okay.
done. I've made it. I think my reasoning is I'm thinking about going for the fan aspect. Like you see a person come dressed up as a Raider.
Yes.
And just thinking about I think you won me over by being at the stadium, and I think that is scary. Like a bunch of Raiders fans, that would be scary. All pumped and
Yes.
like dinosaurs are scary, but
Jerry.
all right, congratulations, Jared.
I gotta step out for like 1.5 minutes.
Okay, all right.
I actually have to pee.
Okay.
I think he said he had I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers. I think he said he had to pay.
Our question is history. Who is the scariest person in history, from our history, who died more than 100 years ago? You bring to say Halloween next year at our. Who would you bring?
Is it my turn?
I also mentioned
Okay, you brought.
no biggie. We'll fix it next.
Okay, who am I going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I picked Vlad the Impaler. I believe he was a Hungarian crazy person that used to put people up on stakes by putting a big sharp piece of wood through their butt, and then it would eventually go through their mouth. And he killed thousands and thousands of people like this. And I can't think of anybody scarier than Vlad the Impaler to be at a party. Time travel or not, guys, not going to be fun. So, I mean, there was a lot of options here. You know, you could have brought like Hitler or like, you know, Genghis Khan or something, but I can't think of a more terrifying way to die than a big old log going through your butt right out your mouth. So that's my answer.
All right. The logs with him to the.
Sorry, you broke up there. Can you say that again? I keep like Jane. You keep breaking up. I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Good answer. Okay. So, I want Chris to hear this, but okay. Next, Gerry.
All right. I chose a man that few people have heard of. Jeff might have, but Tomas Torrada. He was responsible for expanding the Spanish Inquisition to kill people like heretics and sorcerers and people that were witchcraft. Anybody that spoke against God or against the regime was tortured mercilessly and killed. And the reason I think this would be terrifying, especially at a Halloween party, is because he specifically did go after people who were against Christianity. And for him, us dressed up as ghouls and monsters and witches would absolutely be an affront to God, and he would want to murder us all. Every single one of us, leaving nobody left to go back in time and fix everything. And is that he also especially terrifying. He would waterboard people, stretch people on the rack, burn them on the stake alive, and also, pardon me, hang people by their wrists until their shoulders dislocated, which is a very slow and excruciating process. And I cannot stress enough how he would want to do this to all of us because he sees us as hicks and people that are against God, and that would be the end of us.
Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Chris, did you hear that?
I did. I heard the last bit, but I don't know who his person is.
Tomas de Tocqueville.
Okay.
He expanded the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, he was a bad guy. Not a
He
good
was a bad dude.
Goodbye. Okay.
And Jeff
No,
was Vlad the Impaler.
Yes, I picked Vlad the Impaler, who was Dracula was based off of, just so you know. So that's a little Halloween. I brought the real life Dracula to the party.
Why am I in here and not Jeff?
This is your turn.
It's your
Oh,
turn.
it's my turn. But Jeff was talking.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't sure what you were doing. I was trying to get you caught up, Chris, because you didn't know who I
Trying to
picked.
catch you up.
Okay.
He is
So
sharp.
I heard Gerry talking about someone going against Christianity, and I heard against God. My pick then should win because he is the first murderer ever. I'm talking about Cain. We would want this guy at our Halloween party. This is the guy that invented murder. He should have been a God-fearing man. But what happened back in the day is his brother, Abel, and him, Abel was a shepherd, Cain was a farmer. They had to give their offerings to God. And Cain offered up his sheep. Abel offered up his sheep. Cain offered up his vegetables. And God could see that Cain didn't have it in his heart. He didn't have it in his heart that he didn't want to give those things back to God. So Cain got so jealous that he murdered Abel, and he became the very first murderer of all time. This is the guy that invented murder. There is nobody worse than him. If it wasn't for him, we might not even have murder today, because he was the first, the inventor of murder, the ultimate bad guy. That's it.
Okay, can I go? Can I retort
I
this?
didn't know how to fit characters.
Yeah.
Had to be someone actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. I think me and Jerry are on the same side here. Kane's not a real person; he's a fictional character. Fictional character.
He's actually in the Bible. He's in Genesis
Genesis. Dracula. That was the case.
Yes. Satan's in the Bible too, Chris. Is he real?
Yes, Genesis 4, 1 to 16. There's all
chose
talks
the
about
fairy
Cain.
tale character.
You will hear this story. You're talking about Christianity, so obviously you must believe in the Bible if you're talking about Christianity. So if you can talk about Christianity, then the Bible is true, and Cain was a real person.
I'm talking about a real person who killed people who didn't believe in God. And
I'm talking about
dressing up for Halloween as not believing in God, and therefore would want to kill us all. Jeff's talking about a real person who killed so many people that a murderous villain was inspired by this real person. I'm talking about one man who killed one person for a specific reason.
If my guy didn't murder, your guys might not turn into murder.
Your guy didn't murder, Chris. It's a fable. It's a story.
It's not a fable. It's in Genesis 4, verses 1 to 16. It's right there.
And as far as Jeff goes, I think at a Halloween party specifically, my historical figure would be scarier because he would see us all as the enemy instantly. Just the fact that we're celebrating Halloween would make him want to torture us.
You know what's scary is my guy, Cain, even though he committed the act of murder, he never even went to prison for it. You know what happened? He was sent out to wander, and he built his own city called Nod. And he lived till he was 730 years old, and then he died.
Right. Yes.
Also, you're discounting so much history before the Bible. To call him the first murderer is just factually inaccurate because things happened before.
Well, there were no people on Earth before his parents, so.
Okay. All right. Who is the scariest person in history? He should be disqualified. He might as well have picked.
Yeah. Did not get an answer in mission.
As for Jerry's pick, his was bad, but if they were in the same room, Vlad would crush him in 2 seconds.
I don't know, because mine has the power of the entire Spanish government at the height of their power behind him.
Yeah, but we're only bringing one person to the party. We're not bringing the whole Spanish government.
Yeah, but he's going to bring his toolkit and everything that the Spanish government has given him to torture people with. If I can't find a giant log that he can then whittle himself, he can't hurt us.
My person was almost born into perfection. That's why he lived so long. That's why he lived.
Person was not a person.
It's not a person.
He is a person.
He's a character.
Oh,
he's not.
Yes, character.
He's not a character.
He did.
He was though.
What's his name? The guy who built the ark.
And then they wrote it down on paper.
Ask him what year that Cain was alive.
Yeah, what year did Cain die?
When was he born? When did he die?
It was BC. It was probably about.
What?
It was probably close to like 5,270 years ago.
Aside from the Bible, show me a historical record of him existing.
What did he say?
5,270 years ago, he died.
There were people on Earth before that.
No, there weren't.
Yes, there were.
All right, that's it. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm with you on King. Nope. Yeah.
I thought I had a good one there.
I think here is Tomas dude or whatever his name is. Vlad, yes, I get the Dracula, scary, but who's coming after the party? This dude, yeah. So, yeah, Jerry, I think you said that. The argument saying that he's going after us because what we're doing, probably not? Like he's doing it for conquest and whatnot. Maybe I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to get a little score here?
All right.
Where we're at?
Okay, we have Chris with 2, Gerry with 2, and Jeff with 1. All right.
This is a close one.
All right, I'm going for the tie here. I'm going for the tie. Here we go.
I know it has a tie in this. Okay.
You have to have a tiebreaker. You have to make up a question spot.
All right. Okay. So, part. What is the body part to chop off in order to have the least impact on your future life? Now, this would be a minimum of a half a pound.
I thought it was a quarter pound.
1 pound.
Oh, is it a quarter pound? Quarter pound. All right, quarter pound. 1 pound, quarter pound, whatever. I know what your answers are. So, so let's start with Chris. Choose it again.
So I chose the right leg. Really, you can get around with a peg leg, right? And thing is, I don't want any of my other body parts chopped off. I don't want my head. I don't want my hands. I don't want well, that's not a pound, but I don't want that chopped off. Your right leg you could get along with, and I chose the right leg over the left leg, specifically because I think as a right-handed person, if I didn't have a right leg, like I could still do things I enjoy, like curling. I'd still be able to drive. I could use my left foot. You can put your left foot over there and hit the brake and hit the gas. That's no problem at all. You know what? You could still play hockey. I mean, we've got examples of this. There's John Cartmel. How's he doing? He's doing fine. He still comes and plays hockey. No leg. So I believe it's the right leg. You can live without it. I mean, it would suck not to have it, but it's not necessary at all.
The whole leg. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chris. Okay, let's Jeff. Let's see what you have to say.
Okay. So this was my choice. I chose the buttocks. Okay. The reason why I chose it was I could take 1/8 of a pound from each cheek. Oh yeah. And then I think, you'll be okay. You could always put implants in there later, and sit on the silicone, so I think there's options. And I think, if you look at a quarter pounder from McDonald's, I mean, that's not that thick, right? So you just kind of, you do, half of one of those on each cheek. And I think you're good to go. You don't have to cut off a leg. I mean, that's overkill there, Chris. I mean, I think that's like more than a quarter pound. I mean, what are you thinking? Unnecessary. Okay. But the buttocks, I mean, yeah, it might hurt to sit a little bit, but like I said, there's ways around that. And you still get your legs, still get your eyes, your arms, your, anything else really. I mean, I don't even know what else would even be a quarter pound on your body that you wouldn't lose your hand or something, which you don't want to lose your hand. So I chose the butt.
Okay.
Deal with it.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. All right.
You're welcome.
We have a leg. We have a butt. Got a lot of carnage happening here. Now, Gerry, what would you chop off?
Well, I'm going to start by saying that I do not believe the buttocks is a body part in the sense that was meant. Also, you couldn't take from both because that would make it plural body parts, and you can only.
No, there's only one buttocks.
No. But that's like saying I take a little bit off my right leg and a little bit off my left leg because I said leg.
Yeah, and I actually have 2 buttocks.
Completely different body parts.
All right, this is what I'll say then. Fine, just one cheek, the left cheek, quarter pound off the left cheek.
I went with my non-dominant hand because I figure that I can still do everything that anybody. If I'm missing my left hand, it will very minimally affect my life. I can still play hockey because that's not I don't have to do much. I can just my other hand is the power hand, can slap shot. might affect my stick handling a little bit, but I have bricks for hands as it is anyway, so that doesn't. I have a banker who's missing her hand. She still works, drives, does everything. I work with a guy who's a dealer at the casino who's missing a hand, and I see him function at an incredibly high level, and I feel like losing your non-dominant hand would be the least disagreeable body part. You use it very seldom, and for the amount of things that you couldn't do, you could still do everything that was actually important in life.
All right. Hey.
All
All right, let's start that rebuttal.
Well, I would definitely not want to lose a hand. You know what?
The entire leg. You could have went with foot, but you chose the entire leg. Why wouldn't you just use the foot, and then you could just put a prosthetic foot on, and you could still have 98% of your leg?
Well, I was thinking like from knee down, and I read the question as by the way. I agree that there are two buttocks. That we do not have one buttock.
Right? Yes,
and
it is two parts.
Yeah,
you don't say it's your asses. You don't go, "Oh, my asses really hurt." You say, "My ass hurt."
I rarely say my buttocks either.
Well, that's just a scientific term, okay? So that's why I chose it. But anyway, guys, you guys are losing a hand and a leg. All right, Jane. I mean, come on. What would you like to lose?
I think
your ass.
I think that a leg is. You can deal with it. You can get a peg leg. You can't get a replacement hand that works. You can get a replacement.
They have ones that are connected to your nerves that I think and it moves.
Yeah, and they cost like $30 million. You can get a leg. You can easily get
a peg leg. You get like terrible sores on your stump because it's not fit properly. Like prosthetic legs are incredibly expensive too, and so is a prosthetic ass. So either way, trying to make yourself whole again is going to be a very costly endeavor. However,
I'd rather have to replace an ass than a hand.
I'd rather have to replace a leg
that
than
is necessary. Jeff would be purely cosmetic and would have to be covered all out of pocket.
Yes, but you wouldn't see it. Nobody would even know half your ass is gone. You know,
they would.
So I mean, come on.
Like you'd be constantly sitting like this.
Yeah,
you just put a wallet on the other side like Costanza.
So you're just like this because you don't have an ass cheek.
Yes, I'd rather that than no hand and no leg.
And like I said too, I don't consider an ass cheek as a body part in the sense that was meant by this question.
It is a body part. You just don't like that you didn't come up with it. That's all it is.
Like, I'll take a quarter pound of flesh, but you can't have my blood. Like you're splitting hairs. You're splitting infinitives. You found a loophole to work your way around to give an answer without giving an answer, and that's not in the spirit of the debate.
That's why it's the correct answer.
No. That's why it's the coward's way out.
No.
You pick something that you wouldn't have to justify. In and of itself, it's barely a body part, if at all a body part, and you knew that just saying it would be enough.
No, it's any girl will say I'd rather lose my ass than my hand. You know,
I don't think that girls want to lose their ass.
No, I think girls are more attached to their ass than we are as men. And you say any girl. You think a porn star wants to lose her ass before she loses her left hand? I don't think so. She gives handies with her right hand, and she needs her ass. That's her meal ticket.
That's it. And I want to put both my hands on that ass.
That's
both of them. If I didn't have a leg, it wouldn't matter.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm picking the chick with the big ass.
Every day, not having a left hand would suck. Every day, not having a leg would not be as bad as not having a right ass cheek. Come on, guys.
Your answer was disingenuous at best, and you know it.
No, it was the best answer. I deserve to win this round. Tiebreaker.
I disagree.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going with the least impact. When I thought of this question, I thought, you have a knife and you chop and you just get your minimum. So that's why I think an ass cheek does qualify. And that's what I would choose personally. So the ass cheek. You get Last wins.
Tie break. Tie break. Tie break.
Okay, that is right.
So what is the score exactly?
The score is 2-2-2.
All right.
2-2-2. All right. Got a competition here.
Two.
All right. So you have to make up a tiebreaker question between Jeff or all three.
Three.
So okay, you need to do something that's going to allow you to do the three of them, right?
Oh shoot! That adds a complication.
Well, you can just pick the person you thought gave the worst.
Or you can
Okay.
pick whoever you think was the worst.
Okay,
Yeah.
the worst.
To
Okay.
eliminate.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So I have a question, and yeah, who won't make their argument for them. I give you three choices, and you have to make your first argument. So, if first, would you? Oh shoot! Oh no! Here's a big. Oh no! I'm sorry, sir. I guess it's whoever yells it out first. First come, first serve. If choice, force, would you rather hug a zombie, a ghost, or a demon?
Ghost.
Zombie.
I find hugging a ghost would have the least
Zombie. So
consequences.
Jeff gets demon then, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hugging a ghost would have very little consequences, if any. First of all, you can't physically touch me, so I'm just gonna go through them. If I hug a demon, I'm gonna get possessed or killed in a very gruesome way. And same thing goes for a zombie. I hug a zombie, all he has to do is bite me a little bit, and now I'm a zombie. I don't want to be a zombie. That's ridiculous. Hug a ghost, no problem. Nothing can go wrong. I'm fine. What if it's Casper the Friendly Ghost? Even better. I might even get a good hug back. That's beautiful. Great. Gerry wins.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. Now to Chris.
Okay, I actually wanted to choose Ghost as well, but I had to choose the next least bad thing, which is going to be Zombie. I mean, I think Jerry's going to win this round because obviously hugging a ghost is a great thing. But if you hug a zombie, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to turn into a zombie, but you're still going to be alive. If you hug a demon, it's instant death. That guy is going to kill you. You will not survive. I would think I would rather at least be a zombie than be instantly dead.
It's called The Walking Dead,
Okay, thanks, Chris.
not The Walking Still Alive.
Now, Jeff,
Okay, here's my argument for demon. Okay, so if you're familiar with Supernatural, they have to kiss the demon to seal the deal, right? So what if it's a hug? Okay, and then you get 10 years, rich, and you get to live your best life, knowing you're going to die in 10 years. But that's better than hugging a zombie. I'll take the 10-year deal, from the demon than I will from hugging a zombie, because then I'm dead. And a ghost, you underestimate the ghost, Jerry. I mean, there are some scary ghosts, that can do some crazy stuff, especially in real life. Like like that girl in LA that was seeing ghosts, and then she ended up dead in the water tower of the building, and then she, there are some scary things with ghosts that I think are around. A demon, like I said, I think you can make a deal with the demon. I think they're negotiable. There's no good negotiating with a zombie, or really a ghost. A ghost is just painful.
Okay. So go.
Right. You said, what if it's a hug? But it's not. You said they have to have a kiss to seal the deal, not a hug. Question was a hug. You can't just make things up to fit your narrative. Okay? So that's that. Secondly, Chris, you made it seem like being a zombie's no big deal. You're a zombie, but you're still alive. You're not alive. You just have electricity functioning to your brain to allow you to go to the most primal of things, which is eating. You walk around as a herd like a moron until somebody cuts your head off or shoots you in the brain. That's your life.
Well, I think that zombies are the only thing that don't exist. Ghosts exist and demons exist. So I choose zombie because they don't exist.
I choose demon.
I disagree with that premise in the sense that none of these three things exist.
I choose demon because, like in Supernatural, I mean, Crowley was kind of their friend. I'm sure they hugged him more than once. I'm sure they would have taken a hug from Crowley over a zombie or a ghost. Although they were friends with ghosts too, but that doesn't matter. They definitely wouldn't hug a zombie. Okay, and I'm arguing against Chris Moore here because I feel like the ghost answer is it's all over the place. I mean, there are friendly ghosts, there are angry ghosts, there are vengeful ghosts, there are ghosts that are
the friendly ghost. That's who I'm hugging.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ghosts. There's only a couple, you know.
There are no friendly demons. That's
All right.
what they
All
are.
right, all right. I have my decision. Chris, I'm sorry. You had an uphill battle. We're waiting to get, but it just didn't work out for you. Sorry. So Gerry and Jeff.
Move on.
We're moving on to the speed round. All right.
This sucks. I won the first 2 questions.
I know. But the zombie, I don't know. Like you could have said, I would just carry a knife in my back pocket and go. Shh. But you know.
All right. So we're going to speed. We're going to take a video, but you can still hear you, just so that we can kind of get a.
Jeff in his trench coat like a creeper.
Yeah.
Don't be flashing us.
All right. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding,
Okay, we're going to speed.
time for speed round.
And movies.
All right. Movie. Best zombie film.
Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, I heard Dawn of the Dead first. So
Okay.
no, that was
Jeff.
Jeff.
So I went with Dawn of the Dead. I think it's 2004. Zack Snyder, only good real movie Zack Snyder's ever made. It's fantastic. I mean, it's better than the original. Dawn of the Dead. That Jerry's going to argue for the movie that came before that one, but I think that Dawn of the Dead is best because it was most exciting. The zombies were the most exciting to watch. They were like would run after you like the opening scene, but then they would also go into these trances. Like so, they were kind of like a hybrid zombie. So I think they kind of got all the great aspects of a zombie movie. You know, you're stuck in a mall, you got to get out of the mall. You're shooting guys like Jay Leno. I mean, Burt Reynolds. You shouldn't, they're just having fun, and there's some great music in the movie, some great comedy, some great, just great zombie movie.
Hey, Gerry.
All right. I think clearly the answer is Night of the Living Dead. It's the first, if not one of the first, if not the first of the classic zombie films. It's great. You're secluded. You have to work with what you have. You didn't expect what was happening. It's not like you're in a mall where there's things you can grab to fight back. There's a gun store in this mall. I can just beat these zombies up. Trapped in a cabin. And it's George A. Romero, arguably the king of horror. Every horror movie he made is great. You said yourself only one movie for your director.
All right, minute and a half rebuttal. Go.
Just because it's the most classic zombie movie doesn't mean it's the best zombie movie.
It's classic.
I would much
all future zombie movies took inspiration.
Yeah, it's
from
classic because it was the first one. That's why it's classic. That's the reason.
It's all the things that you like about your movie were inspired by Night of the Living Dead and George A. Romero, the king.
Again, doesn't make it the best movie. I'd much rather sit down and watch Dawn of the Dead than watch A Night of the Living Dead, in my opinion. I get. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean,
that's fine.
For me, that's that exactly. So I mean, it's up to Jane to decide like why, because I find Night of the Living Dead kind of boring. Like, I mean, I don't want to watch that all the time. Dawn of the Dead is just a nice, like I could throw that on whenever and enjoy it.
I feel like Night of the Living Dead has better story and dialogue, which I think is missing from movies these days because of special effects. They can be like, look, there's we did crazy kill. We don't have good comedy, good story arc, or anything that we actually specially crafted to make you jump. It's just like, oh, that was kind of gross. Oh, that zombie ate that guy. Really gross. How gross. But not scary.
They do that.
And
yeah.
The movie you chose is not going to inspire future movies. I don't think in years anyone's going to be saying, I got into the movie industry because I saw the movie and it blew me away.
Well, I don't know about that. I do think Dawn of the Dead inspired like 28 Days Later. And movies like that came after that were like those like zombie movies, like where you wake up, kind of like Walking Dead too, like where you wake up in the middle of the apocalypse and you got to figure it out, the zombie apocalypse. I think that's all those movies do that really, really, really well, and in a more modern sense, and they have more ability to make a better movie than Night of the Living Dead. They didn't have the money, the money.
All right, Trump, calm down. Time's up.
All right, time's up. I'm Dawn of the Dead.
Jeff gets it. All right. Jeff gets the point. All right. So it's 4 to Jeff, 3 to Jerry. All right. Next question.
What is the best scary TV show?
Twilight Zone.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Okay.
All right, Jerry.
I think that the Twilight Zone is probably the most scary TV show. It's creepy. It makes you think. You're never really sure what's going to happen, but you're always pretty scared on the edge of your seat. And it's more geared towards adults. Like some scary TV shows are not scary at all, maybe when you're 6 or 7. But I think the Twilight Zone has more of an element of fear for an older a group, especially if you're only watching it for the first time.
All right.
Okay, what Are You Afraid of the Dark did really well was tell scary stories to kids in not as graphic way, but still left you not being able to get to sleep at night when when you're 8 years old, 9 years old watching Are You Afraid of the Dark. Are You Afraid of the Dark isn't on anymore, but that doesn't mean it wasn't scary. I mean, it was a great show. I mean, they had the whole campfire, scary story, scene, and it was great. And I think Twilight Zone, good show, classic, very much like Are You Afraid of the Dark. I guess it's whatever you want to watch. I guess. I mean, the adult, you're right. It's a little bit more for adults, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's more scary.
Right, Metal.
Again, I'm going to go with the argument like Twilight Zone came first. It's also very, very good and inspired shows like Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I feel like Are You Afraid of the Dark it misses the mark as far as genuine fear because they have to make it more for children, which doesn't make it not good. It has its place, but I wouldn't call it the best scary TV show if it only scares one demographic of fans.
All right.
Questions?
I don't have any questions. I think I've made my decision unless Jeff wants to.
No, I'm good. You made a decision. Make a decision.
Okay, this one goes to Jerry.
Yes.
I like that the no holding back part. I guess you do hold back for children's TV shows. So.
Tie game. All square again. All right, next one.
Music. What is the best music to play to torture someone at Guantanamo Bay? I'm looking for the artist or the band.
I'm gonna pick Why Can't We Be Friends? I forget the band that plays it. One sec.
All right. So like a song? Okay.
Yeah. What you want a whole artist? Wait. So do you want an artist or a
okay,
song?
we can go with a song. A song. Yes. All right.
I'm going to go with They're Coming to Take Me Away by Dr. Demento because it's so incredibly annoying and noxious, and it would drive you insane just having to listen to it once, never mind on a repetitive loop.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Jeff goes first.
So Why Can't We Be Friends by War. I think it's so repetitive, and it's like a positive, like, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Like, it just keeps going on like that. And they have a few verses where they actually talk about the CIA and the Mafia. But that's like a 2-minute song, and if it was just on loop, I can't think of, that would be like, and you're getting tortured, and it's just, why can't we be friends? That's my answer.
All right, thanks, Jerry.
So They're Coming to Take Me Away is a song about a guy who is being taken away to a mental institution because he lost his mom. And therefore, it has been written in a tone and almost crazy carnival music you see in horror movies, like and it's so annoying and just repugnant to all the senses that I feel like having to listen to it for hours on end would literally drive you insane.
Hi, Tuttle.
Yeah, I guess it's just like, which one would drive you more nuts? Just like the actual sound of the music, or like the messaging of the music? Like if you're talking about like the messaging of like, why can't we be friends? And somebody's like cutting your arm open. I mean, that would be kind of mentally.
It's a crazy
scarring.
juxtaposition, but
Right.
I like that song personally, so I think I could get lost in the music to take my mind off of what's actually happening.
Right.
Whereas with the one I chose, it's just, it's an awful song. It's terrible. It's annoying. It almost hurts your ears to listen to it, the tone it's played in. And it's just it's bad from the start. That's why I think it would be worse, because there's no even a brief moment where you'd forget about it. It would add to the torture.
But the question is, Gerry, what is the best music to torture someone at Guantanamo Bay? The torturer's got to listen to the music too.
Well, no, you could have noise-canceling headphones on.
Oh, that's true. I mean, you could do that, yes. I mean, but
it's so only they hear the music.
But then you're not getting enjoyment out of the torture.
You are.
That's really the most important thing here.
You have a decision?
I do have my decision. It's why can't we be friends?
Jeff gets it.
Jeff.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Yeah, I like it.
Heard you working for the CIA. They wouldn't have you in the mafia.
I love that song.
So Jeff is one up.
Jeff is one up. Moment.
All right, next item.
All right, next. Sports is the wrong question. Okay, so we're going to go with history, first part of it. So this is a history question. What's a movie monster with the most historical truth to their legend?
Bigfoot. Is it? Oh, wait, I need a movie monster. Okay.
Movie monster.
I mean, Godzilla. I'll pick Godzilla.
Damn it.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is a hard one for Gerry.
I don't watch horror movies or anything really. Monster.
Just give it to Jeff.
Yeah, you really should. I have no answer.
No?
No.
I think Halloween costumes. A lot of people wear. A lot of monsters are in what people wear for Halloween costumes.
I guess like a werewolf, I guess. I don't
All
know.
right, there you go.
All right, Jeff, go.
Okay, so Godzilla originated in 1954's film Godzilla and became like this worldwide icon, but it's based off of, I believe, nuclear testing that was going on. And so it's depicted to be this enormous, huge, like lizard sea monster thing. And that was because of the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki only, 9 years before the movie came out. And they were convinced that lizards in the middle of the Pacific were going to start becoming Godzillas. So that one would have the most historical truth to it because it's based off the atomic age and the post-World War II Japanese era.
All right.
Gerry. Sure. If you go through history, you see depictions of werewolves all over the place. It's not uncommon for tales in communities to be told of mythical creatures that live in the woods to keep their kids out, and it worked. And though maybe a werewolf never actually existed, much like Godzilla didn't, as a device to make people believe they were real was intelligent to keep your children and vulnerable people out of the woods at night.
All right. Okay. Rebuttal.
Werewolves, I mean, I guess they have like some historical truth, but I don't know about it if it's as much as Godzilla.
People believed they existed.
Right.
I
And the
don't
whole
think
full moon
people
thing.
actually ever believed there was a Godzilla. Whereas
the Japanese
people really believe that there were werewolves in the woods.
The Japanese and Dylan believe Godzilla
Honestly believed it with all of their, everything they had. They thought they existed. So in that sense, they're rooted in historical fact, in the sense of they were used as a device in storytelling.
I mean, I don't know. It's I guess it's what story you want to tell. I mean, the werewolves probably come from like England, right? And
it is a much older tale than Godzilla
Right.
too. They've been around a lot longer. More stories have been told.
right. But I mean, I guess they are a monster, but I guess Godzilla just stood out more to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Jane.
Hmm.
I think they said everything they can say.
I don't think either of you really made your argument, gotta be honest. But I'm gonna choose Godzilla.
Jeff gets it.
Jeff gets it, yes. Because of the nuclear thing, bunch of dinosaur bones and stuff too that could be rooted in that. And Jerry, I think it was just legend, so I didn't see much truth there.
I didn't have an answer.
Okay, next question.
Well,
Ding,
just
ding.
question here. What's the score?
We have Jeff is lead.
Wins only one more round.
Oh, he's already won.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what did we miss?
We haven't done sports or wild card, right?
Yeah, there's two more rounds.
There's 2 rounds.
Two more rounds.
Okay. So yeah, it's both of these.
Okay, speed round sports. Give me the best connection between sports and Halloween. I had a hard time with the question. Come on, like, how are they connected the best? That jumps out at you. Like a pop.
The movie Teen Wolf. That's my answer.
Okay.
Movie Teen Wolf?
Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2. All right, copyrighted.
Okay.
All right. Well, I would say that it's a very popular Halloween costume to go out as professional athletes and sports-related things.
Okay.
Who's going?
Jeff.
Jeff, go.
Okay. What did I pick again?
Teen Wolf?
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf. Okay. Teen Wolf. What more do you werewolf playing basketball? I mean, come on. That is literally Halloween and sports had a baby, and they called it Teen Wolf. I mean, I kind of look like Teen Wolf. So, I mean, there's that. And there's also, I mean, connection. I don't know. I don't really understand the question, to be honest with you. So if you want to give this, Jerry, this is a softball for you. If you want to, try and come back here. Because I really don't know what to say.
Okay, Jerry.
So I would argue that it is common for a lot of people to go out as athletes or sports-related things. I've seen someone go out as the Stanley Cup, and their boyfriend went out as a Toronto Maple Leaf hockey player. So we got that. It's a couple's costume. I've gone out as a rugby player before just because I had the stuff. So I figured, why not? It's technically a costume. You see girls go out as referees and things like that, all related to sports. There's the connection.
Okay. All right, thanks, Jerry. Rebuttal.
Teen Wolf's good movie. Sports, Halloween, all together. What more do you want? Done.
Does it have anything to do with Halloween?
He's a werewolf, Jerry.
Necessarily mean Halloween.
He's a werewolf playing basketball. He's the starting guard.
So is Air Bud a Halloween? Like, you could have said Air Bud then. He's a dog. He's playing basketball. Like, is that the same thing? Is that a Halloween-related film?
Air Bud's not a werewolf.
He's dressed up like a basketball player. He's playing basketball. He's not a basketball player, but he's one in that movie.
No, but he's not a werewolf. Like, if he was a vampire, I'd give it to you. A vampire Air Bud, I would give it to you.
Related to Halloween. They're used around Halloween, but they weren't, like, conceived as Halloween specific monster.
I don't know. That's what I thought of.
Okay. I'm going to give it to Jerry. Give you lots of examples. I was real struggling with the sports part, but yeah.
So so Jerry's one down.
Jerry is one down. Now to the wild card question. All right. Trick or treat? Choose one
Trick.
and defend. Okay.
I pick trick.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Tricks are more fun. If somebody ever actually does a trick rather than a treat to you on Halloween, come on. That's actually like a real in the spirit of Halloween thing. Just like tossing people candy, you're just giving people cavities. I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what you're doing. the tricks are a lot more fun. You get all the spooky kind of things you can do and really get people to jump scare and, really be a rabble rouser on Halloween. I think it'll bring you a reputation, and that's important in life.
Jerry, you're
Okay, Jerry.
trick.
Definitely treat. I never went to a house and thought, man, I hope this house only does a trick for me. And even if somebody did do a trick for you, they also gave you candy. Because guess what? It's not a stop at Halloween until you get a treat. That's what everyone wants. You know who sells tricks? Prostitutes, Jeff. That's who sells tricks. Okay? Oh,
Yeah.
to tricks. And how many people you think are actually going to do a good trick? Like it's going to be something stupid, like I found a quarter behind your ear, or I found a piece of candy behind your ear, and then you get the candy anyway because Halloween is about candy.
Okay, so what's a haunted house? That's just one big trick. That's a trick house. People love it.
Yeah, I guess people do love it, but that's not. You're not going to the haunted house on Halloween and asking them for a trick. That's a paid service.
You are. What do you do when you knock on the door? You go trick or treat. You never get the
and
trick.
You always get
come
a
on.
treat because treats are better. And
You want the trick though. Sometimes I do.
Good trick.
I
And
want to
when
give
you-
the trick too.
When you were a kid, how many times did you go up and say, "I just want the trick. Just show me a trick"?
You know what? I didn't, but after years and years of only getting treats, I said, "Why am I saying trick or treat? It should just be treat.
Several
You might as well be a
years.
dog.
So
treat.
several
Give me
years
treat.
for you to
Treat.
get
Treat.
over treat.
Treat.
Several years. I wonder how many tricks before you were like, "Man, I want some candy again."
The reason
If you
why they
show-
give you the treat.
Candy, and everyone you knew had a whole pillowcase full of candy, and you saw some card tricks. Did you have a good Halloween? I don't think so.
I had a story to tell later, rather than the 19th crispy crunch I got.
And guess what? The people that were with you saw the tricks too. They also got candy.
Yeah. But
You
I'll-
want-
Okay.
you want- you want to bring Kristen?
Hey, Chris. All right.
Hey,
Okay. Starting out with Jeff. It's Jerry. Jerry. Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
Jerry gets it. So Jerry's
I was,
tied it.
I was gonna go with Jeff, but Jerry doesn't count strong at the end there. So
All
all
right.
right.
So we have another tiebreaker.
We have another tie. Okay.
Okay. So you need to.
Another question.
I
Well,
guess
what do we do? Okay.
you have to break this tie.
Okay. Okay. I know. I am going to
You want to
ask.
ask Chris for a question? Maybe he's got an idea.
Oh, that would be an idea. If, yeah. Chris, do you have a question that you would like to submit for this? round?
not really.
No. Okay. Okay. That's a no.
Why doesn't Dave ask one?
Yeah,
Is
Dave.
that what you want to add?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have to, it's hard to do it on the spot.
Okay, I got one. If you
Okay,
know.
if you got one, then go.
I think I got one.
Oh, you got one? Okay, go ahead.
What's the scariest video game of all time?
All right.
Scariest.
Right.
I like it. I'm gonna say Resident Evil franchise, specifically the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go with Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's what I figured you'd go with.
Mm.
All right, Jerry. So I think Resident Evil, again, the theme of my choices, it started the survival horror genre. I feel like it was the first and the best. It's still one of my favorite video games of all time. It's legitimately scary. There's a part number one you don't expect to get seen a dog or anything yet. You walk through this door and all of a sudden a zombie dog comes through the window. It's terrifying. It's a jump scare. And it's scary in a different way because you don't have enough to kill everything. They give you less bullets and ammo and that you need, so you're kind of scared and on edge about it. And you have to find ink ribbons to save. So that's another level of fear, because if you don't find one and you made a lot of progress, you can't save your game.
Okay. All right.
Jeff.
Okay, so like Resident Evil, I mean, Silent Hill is a very similar game. It was created by this Japanese guy, but it's basically set in the town of Silent Hill, and you have like recurring fictional characters from like horror movie lore that show up, and so you kind of get that whole Halloween kind of vibe from the game. But it's also just kind of like a fun, like almost like a like an RPG type, world, like where you have like Resident Evil. Silent Hill was just scary. It was like kind of like reminded me a lot of the movies from that came out around that time too, that were just like you're in a house and then like anything can happen. The jump scares, you get all that good stuff. But I don't know. I just remember playing that game and being scared of it. Resident Evil, there's so many of them that I got kind of bored after the first two. So
the first one is terrifying. I said specifically the first one, and the second one is scary too. And I just feel like the whole other levels of fear, like it's not just scary in the sense like, oh, it's a scary game, the storyline scary, there's jump scares. It's scary in the sense that you've made progress and now you're going to lose all that progress because you wasted your saves or you shot that one zombie too many times. Now you don't have bullets. I'm scared. How am I going to beat this end boss? I can't because I can't shoot him enough. Now I have to start all over again or spend hours looking through this mansion to find ammo. I don't think Silent Hill has that aspect.
Silent Hill had more like the psychological horror themes that I was arguing kind of like with Silence of the Lambs and kind of like that like you're looking for something for a while and then all of a sudden, bang! And you get scared. And that's why I think it was the scariest video game.
The soundtrack to Resident Evil is better. It has better music that does a better job of making me feel scared. It's creepy and ominous, very slow. It's a very good job of setting the mood. I was always more scared playing Resident Evil at home in the dark than I was playing Silent Hill. I always found it to be more terrifying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just different kind of like gameplay a little bit, but not nothing crazy. But like just the Silent Hill to me it's more of like a Halloween kind of thing, like and it's got all like those references to like the everyman of like horror. Whereas like you get the Resident Evil, it's just kind of like the zombie kind of, blow up this guy, go to the next room, get your ammo, do your thing, lift a table, move a thing. Silent Hill, I think, had a little bit more of a darkness to the game.
All right. Okay. I think I have to go with Jeff. Jeff, congratulations. Like how you brought that up, psychological. I think that won me over. I don't know them well. I think I've seen movies, but
don't go by the movies though.
Okay.
Oh.
But I like the tie-in to Halloween. That's what won it over for me.
He did the monster mash. The monster mash.
All right.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, yay!
I still feel like I'm pretty good. I lost in the tiebreaker. I'm like 1-0-1.
Yes, yeah. And even early on, I thought, oh, Jeff's going to be out of this. Like,
that was a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
But, one thing we can always count on is 0 wins for Chris.
Chris was in it. You got
Chris was in the lead.
timeout.
Chris got it. I think that comment came in when you picked Zombie to Hut.
Yeah.
I picked last of that. That was my...
Yeah. The only way I was going to get back in the game.
Yeah, it was that zombie, picking the zombie. That's...
Well, I did a lot better than I usually do. At least I got 2. Usually I only get 1.
Yeah, I saw a lot of passion.
You made me laugh most, Chris.
So, I think I did pretty well today. I think I've stepped up my game, and I think by next month I'm gonna nail this.
Yeah, it's a series of progressions. Yeah, if you didn't like when you were getting up that point there, you gotta fight. If Jamil.
That's right.
It's been a rough feed because the internet. Jody said the feed was unwatchable, so that's gonna be. I think our internet connection is just not.
We
good
definitely had some technical issues.
Yeah.
You know what? On my end, like I've got a lot of glitches, and it kept dropping out, and I'm not sure why. It's never happened before. It, you know, I don't know if it's because you switched over to the laptop or what.
I think it's a laptop, just because it doesn't have as strong of a Wi-Fi connection that the right tower does. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, it was our last-minute impromptu solution, but it was.
No, it was great.
Hey, it worked.
We got it done, and I've had fun.
Yeah,
even if it didn't get to anyone else, I still had fun with you guys. Yeah.
All right, well, that's been episode 45, so you can take
episode 45. Okay. That's it. I don't have any closing arguments, closing words, script, anything. Today.
Wildly unprepared.
Wildly unprepared. Now, okay, let's go. Let's go celebrate Halloween. Congrats, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. And